You're listening to the RMTV Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV Podcast. Jordy, how you going, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. It's a pretty good weekend of rugby league, mate. Round 4 done and dusted. A big week on and off the field, one should say. But some, pretty entertaining football. Thought there was some high-scoring games, a few close matches. But yeah, to start it off, we thought there was a game that wasn't going to go ahead.
Wow.
Brooky.
The way those storms were coming down, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, so let's dive into it, mate. So Roosters Manly, Thursday night. The game that we all probably would have wanted on a Saturday. Right?
Yeah, Friday night, Saturday night.
And yeah, look, Roosters won 33, Manly 16, and I was driving on in with my brother, and we were right outside the stadium, and then all of a sudden, mate, the cyclone. Was it Cyclone Travojevic? I don't know what it was.
I don't know what it was, but it was something.
Yeah, and the lights went out.
Yeah.
The traffic lights went out. The lights went out at Brooky.
I'm surprised some cars went floating down the road.
The trees were saying, we were stuck there, but Bryce is going, mate, if we don't move, we might be going under. And then the lights obviously came back on, went for a few pre-game chat, what was to come. And I was pretty confident that would get the win. And so we did, but Manly, they scored the first one within, 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds. Second tackle of the game. They didn't even get 2 tackles.
Yeah, I thought it was the win the Chooks needed. Really nice win. 4-point win if you look at it like that.
Yep, coming into the bye, yep.
Rob Toya, he had a good game, didn't he?
He did. Like, there's a couple of times Kohler beat him on the outside, but, like, you look at the talent that Kohler has, and there's not many guys that hold on as much as Bobby Toya did. So, and then 2 tries to boot. Yeah, the assist through to Nwanga Nitawase as well. Like, I said DCE was going to get a try and 2 try assists. I should have said Bobby Toya.
Yeah, look, our bold predictions, they're a little bit too bold.
Yeah, I think we're going a bit too hard. We need to rein them in a bit.
Yeah. And I thought Marky Mark was great. He's up to his old school feel self.
The sliding to stop the 40-20 from Fogarty. Holy moly.
And let's talk about the fact, right? 96% completion rate. 0 penalties. In Roosters history, is it NRL history? Or I think Roosters history.
Well, no, so it's the first time in NRL history where a team has completed over 50 sets and not given away a penalty. But even if you look at the 6 agains, like we got the stats here, let's have a squiz here.
Yeah.
Like 6 agains were still pretty even. So if I pull them up, I thought they were. If we look at errors, 13 errors by Manly, 5 by us overall.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Manly gave up 4 penalties. Ruck infringements were 3 each. And surprisingly, I don't know how, but surprisingly, we did not give away a single inside 10. We were not offside all game. So
that's unreal.
Something has been
said,
sorted. Mind you, we also had 3 HIAs in the game, but Robbo, when I said that Robbo was going to go to Fish Week, get some fireworks and shove it up there, I think he did.
And rightly so, right? You can't lose to Manly at home. But I think also DCE, very composed, he would have been nervous, a nervous wreck coming home to Brooky. And I thought he played solid. I think he's slowly starting to do a bit more with the ball. Yeah. And, even especially down that right side, like just making something out of nothing, like when he passed it to Toya and then off to Markey for the first. I think it could have been the first of the season.
Like,
and the boos were just ringing out.
Oh, mate, the boos every time he touched the ball, getting called a traitor. To be honest, Cleary's a wanker, which every time we said, Cherry's a wanker, not Cleary's a wanker. Cleary's a wanker, but anyway. But every time, we started a Cherry's a rooster or Daly's a rooster chair, they had to try and give it back to him. And
there was a sign in the crowd. It was, I think, DCE loves cock and hates birds.
Yeah.
And I think he had a good giggle out of that. But it was good. It was good on the hill. I thought it was a decent crowd considering a goddamn cyclone just
over 16,000.
Yeah,
on a Thursday night.
Yeah, see, old mate, he was up on the bloody bar truck or whatever.
Yeah, up on the Good Day Hill bar thing.
Fell down.
People getting throwing fucking cans at him. That was great. It's
good fun, the suburban ground at Brooky. It's nice.
I think there were cops waiting for him on the ground when he got down there, though.
And, let's go across the ditch. Mate, you know, I did notice.
I think this was the upset of the round, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, Tigers 32, Warriors 14, and I looked at our tipping last week, and we all tipped the goddamn same. And then I thought, you know what? Because we've tipped the same, there's going to be upsets galore.
100%.
And this was the first one of them. And wow, mate, the Tigers, if you're a Tigers fan, you can have a little bit of confidence.
I think some of them have already bought grand final tickets, to be honest.
Mate. Maybe finals week 1.
Bit of an early crow for them, but I think they're getting on it because, I mean, it was impressive.
Dude, Madden, who was the other halves pairing?
Madden and Dewey played
Madden and Dewey, no Luai, and they just got out there and won 13 plus.
They just seem to do the simple things right. It's like they've, you know, you talk about like the Rooster way to play football, the Storm way. It's like they're finally starting to find that Tigers way to play football.
Yeah. And you could tell in the off-season, Benji, he ain't fucking around this year.
Yeah.
Especially saying you're in or you can get out, right?
But I think as well, like, this is Benji's 3rd or 4th year in charge now. So he inherited from Tim Sheens, starts to put his footprint on it, now gets control. This is the year, basically, you've got to make finals or there's going to be some changes looking.
Yeah. And 3rd or 4th year, we will talk coaches in 3rd and 4th year. This is when you got to get the ball rolling, right?
Yeah.
Benji looks like he's doing that. And look, as a rugby league fan, it would be nice to see the Tigers in the 8 for once.
It would be. And, you know, like, we talk about, like, fan support and we talk about, like, how good Newcastle fans are, even though they haven't performed that well, like, last couple of years. But if you had to put number 2 and give the silver medal, it would be Tigers fans. Like, you go to a game at Leichhardt, they pack that place out.
Yeah.
Like
they just love rugby league.
They love rugby league.
Just like that security guard at Brooky. She loves it, mate.
She loves rugby league.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I got a few mates who are Tigers fans. They grew up out in that Campbelltown way and they've suffered long enough. They're not South. They deserve it.
Yeah. And also, I think for Warriors, could just be an off day. Do you think they'll bounce back from it?
Yeah. I think it's too early to write them off, but I do. Round 14, as I said, round 14 is where you get a good earmark on them. But I think, like, you know, Metcalf came back in the team. You could tell he was rusty, just like, you know, that forward pass he threw where everyone's like, what the actual fuck? Like, is Tom Brady playing number 6 for the Wires?
I think that was a case of it just slipped out of his hands. But
slipped out, bit of rust. But look, the Wires have still got a lot going for them, so we'll see how they're going in about 10 rounds time, and then we can sort of get a better idea on them. And
one of my favourite games around, I thought this was highly entertaining. Battle of Brizzy, mate. Broncos 26, Dolphins 12. And look, I thought for parts Dolphins were in it. I think they just slipped up a few times, errors. And I think, Katoni, mate, he always turns up for this derby.
Yeah, the Battle of Brizzy's like his origin.
He loves it. He just gets in there.
This
scores.
is our house.
Yeah. And even considering, like, you know, Dolphins, a few of the old players, like Herbie, Cobbo against his old mob. So there's a few ex-Bronx that are in the Dolphin side.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So there's definitely a bit in it. And I thought Reece Walsh played well again. I think that's their first win at home as well this year.
Yeah, it is. It is after Penrith and Paris sorted them out.
I think this year, similarly last year for Bronx, they might just go, all right, we got a nice win here, we got flogged, nice win, and then they might have a bit of luck come the back end. Yeah. I think they'll stay in the 8.
Yeah, I think if they're going to stay in the 8, though, they do need to clean a lot of things up in their attack. And their defense as well. But their defense was reasonably good on the weekend. Just that attack, you know, they probably could have scored 40 easily. They just off.
Yeah, and they got a bit excited. Karapani, you know, there was allegedly, you know, got up to a bit of mischief, I think.
In Fortitude Valley.
At 3 a.m., as if they won the grand final again. Maybe they're still celebrating the grand final.
Nothing good happens after midnight. That's all they need to know.
And upset number 2.
This one was good, though.
This was refreshing. Nui, the Knights, 24, Doggies 16, mate. And I thought Dogs pack out big crowds. It was a minute crowd at a call.
Oh, come on, mate. They've got all the fans in the world. They've got great fans. Mate, there's 40,000 of them at every game, didn't you know?
It looked a bit empty. Maybe the fuel prices are turning away a few people.
Yeah, they probably couldn't afford to get out there, you know.
Yeah.
The Rexies go through fuel a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I thought once Nui got on the board, well, old boy Dominic Young, he had a great game, mate. He
showed why he came over from the Super League.
You could see he was just cruising on that sideline, and then he hits the turbo button, and he is electric, mate. The speed
Goes
that
to
he
another
has.
gear.
Yeah, and
What's your thought on the Burton Crichton swap with Crichton going to 5/8? What's your thoughts?
like if it was to happen,
No, like because it happened during the game where
right.
Burton and Crichton swapped. What's your thoughts around that? Is that Serraldo saying he has no faith in Burton?
I think they got no idea what the fuck's going on. I don't know. I think they're just trying to find a decent halves pairing, something that's going to work. Because I feel like with the Dogs attack, right, each time you see a set, they're so in terms of depth, they're so far back. And so if you're the defending team, you're going to read this play before it's already got to bloody Crichton's hands, right?
Yeah.
And look, I don't know. It's going to take time. Everyone's throwing the blame on Galvin. He had a bit of a rough day out there. He got cleaned up by
Saifidi fucking murdered him. That shit was huge.
It just comes back to, look, they had something nice going. If Sexton, Marnie, if they kept that, I reckon they would have had a decent run for in the finals. They were looking really strong. I think it's going to take a few games, but I just don't know if Crichton's the answer. I think he's most dominant in centre.
So basically what you're saying is they need a halfback.
Yeah,
a proper
correct.
halfback.
They need a halfback.
So I want to float a theoretical for you, right? Obviously, they've had all this stuff going with Bronson Cherry getting moved from left centre to right centre.
Well, that's already, yeah.
Currently, Tuala's playing right centre because Bronson Cherry doesn't want to play right centre, whatever the crap is there. If they were to turn around and go, all right, Crichton, you're our left centre because they've just extended Connor Tracy for 2 years. So Crichton, you're our left centre. Burton, you're now going to right centre. Galvin, you're going to play 6. Sean O'Sullivan, you're going to play 7 until Mitch Woods is ready.
I think.
Do you think that could make a difference to the way they play?
Yeah, I think so.
Because it brings in an established number 7 who's been in some good systems. He's up at the Dolphins. Obviously lost his job to Isaiah Katoa. Yeah. He was at Penrith. You're not getting past Cleary there.
No.
So is it the time that Serraldo needs to pull the trigger and go, all right, well, ever since they dropped Sexton, they've gone to shit. Theoretically, they have gone to shit.
Yeah, Sexton, very, very underrated, but he got the job done, right? And he was that glue for the Dogs. He worked so well with Marnie, and then all they'll do is flick it to either Birdo or flick it to Crichton, and then that's where they got their points from last year.
Yeah.
And now their points diff is real, significantly low.
They actually have the combined worst attack in the NRL right now.
30 or something, right?
Pull it up for you right now. So currently, they have, where the Doggies, they are at -3 differential. They are the only team in the top 9 to have a minus, top 9 might I add. But in saying that, they have scored 45 points this year. The lowest, apart from that 45, Gold Coast was 62.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know why my bold prediction was Dogs by 50 against Knights. I sincerely apologise for that bold prediction.
I think there were some Dogs fans that were hoping for an old 66-0, but in reverse.
No, I think Sean O'Sullivan, could be an option.
I think they got to do something because it's been proven now that Galvin at 7 is not the answer. He's not a 7, he's a 6. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
And then Penrith, 48. It was 20. I had this on in the background on Saturday, and Penrith just kept piling those tries on, and you'd be going, oh dear. And Penrith,
they didn't get to 50 though.
No, they didn't get to 50. Cleary might be a bit unhappy that Parra managed to put 20 on the board.
Well, that's the thing, right? Going into this game, they'd only given up 10 points in 3 games. So
they're looking very sharp, Penrith. And I tell you what, I don't like to give too much credit to Penrith, but those jerseys, mate.
Yeah, the heritage.
They're the best ones out of all of them, I think. Yeah. They have about 30,000 jerseys. Each week they're rocking out with something different, but
well, if you look at it, it's normally around the week where certain money gets deposited so that people can afford them.
Well, yeah, so it was and look, I thought the crowd would have been close to a sellout.
Especially Saturday afternoon. Most sports have kind of finished. Saturday afternoon footy at Combank, like, what else could you want?
If you had Chooks Manly at Allianz on Saturday afternoon, you'd be over 30K.
Yeah. But you know what it is? It's further proof that Penrith fans don't want to travel.
No.
Like, it's 30 minutes to Combank from fucking Penrith, and they don't want to travel. Like, don't tell us how great your team is and tell us that you're not bandwagoners if you're not going to travel 30 minutes to watch your team.
Well, yeah, look, they're looking great. I think standouts for me, Blaze.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good. And
Jenkins.
Talagai.
Oh, yeah.
Talagi?
Talangi, yeah.
Talangi, he looked good. And then Jenkins, mate.
Yeah.
And obviously, throwing a bit of Cleary in as I go, it's just looking like clockwork.
Yeah, it is.
And the fact that they've got the confidence, sorry to cut you off, just on like second or third play, right, when they're in their own 30, just to go, all right, we're just going to throw it and then just make nothing out of something, right?
And look, and that's the thing, right? Like, they chance their hand at a decent chunk, and more often than not, it pays off for them. But, all it takes is, one of those not to come off, and, your opposition's got an opportunity. I think the thing I'm most disappointed out of this game is actually nothing to do with the game, but it's Ivan Cleary. Like, trying to sit there and talk about fucking Mitch Kenny shouldn't get in trouble for a hip drop.
Yeah.
Mate, it's the second time in 2 years. Now, he done it last year. He didn't even get penalised or sin bin for it. And that player, Nat Butcher, ended up missing the entire year. Tried to come back in New South Wales Cup. Unfortunately, another hip drop ruled him out for the year. But then he's done the same thing again. The guy's got history. Like, maybe you need to talk to your hooker about how to tackle if he's going to keep doing it. Because I think a one-game suspension's a little weak.
What do you think then?
Well, he got 2 weeks for the one on Butcher last year.
Yeah.
And that was not even him challenging it. I think he should be done for two to 3 weeks now. Because it's not... Well, to be fair, Mitch Kenny has had a few hip drop charges now. He's probably up to about 4 hip drop charges off the top of my head.
Yeah.
And I just think, Cleary, pull your head out. We know you're a protected species and you're trying, proven by getting Nathan off that challenge in the preseason.
It worked. He might try and get
Yeah, mate, I'm sure he'll be there. But, like, mate, can he go bird watching for 2 weeks? Let him go do some fucking bird watching. Because, mate, if you're going to keep doing it, you can't get upset that you're going to keep getting pinged for it.
I can't recall, like, 5-6 years ago, the word hip drops. Is this just, like, a new penalty that's been brought in?
It was always there, but it was never as dangerous as it is now. Like, at the moment, in the last probably 2 to 3 years, it's become more and more dangerous because of the way players are doing it. They're putting their body on there. Now, it has evolved. Like, everyone blows up and goes, oh, but this isn't what the rule came in for. Well, like every rule in the NRL at the moment, it's being evolved for what needs to happen. So, it's getting worse and worse at times. Couchman just got 4 weeks for one. Kenny's now getting charged. Like, it's a dangerous tackle. Guys, especially now, are at risk of syndesmosis, MCLs, ACLs from it. Like, there's got to be a way to work it out. Like, Cleary's one of the best at it. What Nathan does is, instead of getting caught and going side on, he will just fall down the runner and wrap his legs. I don't give Cleary a lot of comeuppance, but credit to him, he's taken out the chance for him to be put in a hip drop position.
Yeah. And look, it clearly hurts because it doesn't look that bad, but they're always in a shit ton of pain, the players.
But you got to think, right? Like, so obviously you guys can't see this because my foot's under the table, but your foot's like that. It's not meant to go like that. It's not meant to bend forward like that. So when someone puts weight on your ankle, that forces it forward. Like, you can snap tendons doing that like that.
And upset number 3. Now, this was...
Would you call this an upset?
The Cowboys.
Sorry. I forgot about the Cowboys game. The Cowboys... It was such a poo slinger, I forgot.
No, the Cowboys 28, Melbourne 24. I think this is the upset of the round, dude.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone expected Cowboys to win.
Yeah, I was sitting in this chair last week and I was so close to tipping him, and I thought, it's against Melbourne. Off this, Melbourne after a loss, well, they've now lost. And it just shows, I think the Cowboys, they're playing for Payton. They were really up for it. I thought Scotty Drinkwater had a great game along with Dearden.
Yeah.
And it just worked, dude. And it was back and forward, try for try type of game. But I think at one stage, Melbourne were up 20. I think they're up, 24, maybe 10 or 14.
Yeah, something like that.
And that's not, it's very Melbourne-like to let that lead go.
Unless you're playing the Roosters in Melbourne last year.
Yeah, I guess so too. It's, I don't know. I think Melbourne probably like even Harry Grant, he had to do a lot as well.
What about that pass off the ground? That was freaking incredible.
That was great. He did a lot though. He was on the kicking duties as well, Grant.
Huh.
But that pass from on the right side to Warbrick, it was nice. And look, Bellamy's
going to be pissed.
You're going to be pissed, but you've got the biggest task coming up against Penrith. All right, so
Yeah. I think that's at CommBank as well. We'll talk about it later, but at CommBank, so you're not even in Melbourne where you can use the home crowd.
yeah. No, I think credit to the Cowboys, mate.
Oh yeah, they do. They grinded hard and they did deserve it. Yeah.
And that leaves now what? Who do we got? Saints and Manly vying for a win.
Saints and Manly, the only two left. Titans were in that group until last night, but just Saints and Manly.
And then, mate, Super Sunday. So Cronulla 34, Canberra 22. High scoring contest, mate. I thought the high scoring contest would have been Saints Titans.
Yeah.
Look, Cronulla, played pretty solid. I think they really took advantage of the fact of Corey Horace, bro. Is it your cousin? Is that?
Oh, we're not sure if he's cousin, if he's actually my son. Like, there's differing discussions depending on who you are.
Yeah, right. And obviously, got sent for the bin. I think Cronulla scored 2.
Yeah, it was a dumb foul as well. Like, it was just stupid.
Look, Canberra were in it for parts of the KO weeks. Like, they were looking strong, and then just errors, mate. They kept choking them up.
Yeah, they had moments, but it honestly, even Cronulla didn't seem that dominant at stages. Like, I feel like if Cronulla put in an 80-minute performance, we're sitting here going, Ricky's job's on the line after that sort of loss. You know what I mean?
Ricky's job's never on the line.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, Cronulla at stages were awesome, and then at stages you could tell they just took the foot off the gas, and that's an issue they've probably got to look at.
I thought the game was a bit of a poo slinger.
Mate, it was more of a poo slinger than the Titans Dragons, which is saying something because everyone expected that to be a poo slinger.
Well, yeah, let's just dive into it, mate. Titans 22, Saints 14. First win of the year for the old Titans, mate. Huge crowd there for the poo slinger.
Yeah, huge crowd. I think they maybe got to about 8,000 if they're lucky.
Yeah, that's what they deliver a big crowd up there at Seabus. Yeah, geez, there was a bit to unpack. Look, thought Jaden Campbell had a good game.
Yeah, Campbell had a game.
AJ at centres was good, yeah.
And to be fair, AJ's been pretty outspoken about how he does not like playing centre, but you can see why Hannay pulled the trigger and put him there.
I just think AJ's a super cool guy. Like, he don't give a fuck. He'll just play. He just wants to live on the Gold Coast, man.
Mate,
you know what I mean?
What was it that old mate said when he signed with the Seagulls? I just want to fuck all the birds up here.
That's one of the old-time rugby league lines, that one. I thought Titans, Hannay just said, go out there and just fucking get this win. Because they looked hungry.
First game at home as well.
Yeah, his name's, I can't think of his name, but he was young fella for the Titans. Could have been coming off the bench, and he just, like, it was maybe this last try of the game, just steamrolled through the Dragons' back.
Yeah.
Scored under the post, and he was just
You could see the passion, yeah.
You could see the passion in it. And Dragons, mate, it was dire times for the St. George Illawarra. Well,
I mean, they're looking for a new 6 for a couple of weeks because that was sickening. That head clash that Flanagan had,
mate. Hopefully, Flano's all good.
Yeah, so he's been released from hospital.
Yeah,
so he's able to come home. But you could even see Shane. Like, I know Shane's his dad, but you could see in that press conference when he was asked, you could see Shane was like rattled.
Yeah, he was definitely rattled about it. And once Flanagan went off, I thought, Titans should get this one in the bag here.
It's still tough,
but it was pretty. I've gone, oh shit, like the Medicab came out, neck brace, bit of blood in his face.
Yeah.
And
wasn't pretty.
It could be a month, man. Depends what the club says. But it's the Dragons. He might be playing next week.
It's actually been reported that he's probably going to be out for up to a month because it was so severe.
It was knocked out for 5 minutes.
He was unconscious before he hit the ground. Like, you could see it on the replays. It was sickening, and like, you never like to see something like that happen. But hopefully, he gets some good care. And I think he'll have some R&R at home with the wife and the kid, but he was able to call his mum and his wife last night from hospital, which is nice. Yeah. Just to, at least go, hey, guys, I'm okay, because, you can imagine how they're feeling.
All right, mate. Dribble of the week.
Oh,
should we get into it?
You know what? Do we want to work our way up, or should we just jump in the deep end? Because there's a bit that's going on. Do we want to ease into it slowly?
Yeah, let's ease in. Yeah.
Let's talk about the news that came out yesterday then. How about that?
Yeah, let's go.
I was sitting at cricket. I was talking to a few boys. We were talking footy while the cricket was on, a 5th grade premiership team.
Yep.
And someone mentioned to me about Jermaine Isaako going to Storm. And I sent a message to you boys. And then what was it, like 5 minutes later, it's come out confirmed that he's signed.
Yeah, I got a little birdie. I'm not going to reveal names. Text me saying Jermaine Isaako's signed with Melbourne. And I thought, well, you just thought this could be the case. Great pickup for Melbourne. Obviously, Warbrick's going back to New Zealand to play for the Warriors.
Not just that. A consistent goal kicker as well. Like, Grant's done a good job this year, but Isaako, mate, top point scorer next year, guaranteed. 100%. Put the house on it. He will be the top point scorer in 2027 down there.
Man, you're not going to back Flanagan for top point scorer once he's back from his concussion?
Mate, Flanagan's not close. Jenkins top try scorer this year. Next year will be top point scorer. Will be fucking will be Isaako down there because he's going to score 300 points down there. I reckon.
He'll look good in purple.
He will.
Great pickup. And just when you think Melbourne's just slowly going away,
they're just like, nah, screw you guys.
Yeah, and look, they definitely have money up because they got Wishart's off.
Yeah, Eli Katoa.
Yep, and Meaney, he's gone as well.
Meaney's going as well, and I think that's why they probably signed Isaako was a replacement for Meaney. But maybe Warbrick's leaving, but maybe they got a couple of guys that can come into that centre role, and Isaako sits out on that right wing.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
Yeah, all right. Let's talk about someone who signed a contract and now it's been ripped up. Seibold.
I thought I was going to say Willie Peters. What?
No. Well, let's get into the crunch, mate. Obviously, this week, Manly, they're going up to Redcliffe to versus the Dolphins, coming out for a loss under an interim coach of Kieran Foran, one of the Manly great. Yeah. All right. And Manly always say, look, we need a coach who's played for Manly and all this, right? They always come back to this theory. So why would you extend Anthony Seibold, right? And then you go through a whole off-season, a pre-season, and then, you've lost Dylan 3, and then the club's gone, we're going to sack him. Was it the fact that their old boy DCEs just put the nail in the coffin?
I think it's partially that. I think they succumbed to fan pressure. Like, for the last 2 weeks, so the Knights game and the Roosters game, like, there were chants of Seibold out, this, that, and the other. Do I think it is fair? Fuck no. I think this is further proof of how shit Manly has been under the Penn administration.
Yeah.
So Penn and his dad Rick, Scott and Rick, they now have majority ownership of the club, 90%. They've had that since 2014, right? Mm-hmm. But in that time, they're now on they've gone through 4 coaches and 7 CEOs.
Yeah. So they've gone through.
I got the list for you.
Oh, thank God!
Mate, I went into this. So we're going to investigate this because the first name on that list.
Because there needs to be an investigation.
There needs to be an investigation into this. But so in October 2014, Scott Penn took majority control from Quantum Group.
Yeah.
Jeff Tuvey, who started in 2012, was sacked in 2015.
Right.
Trent Barrett, 16 to 18, sacked. Desi, 19 to 22, sacked. Seibold, 2023 to round 326, sacked. 4 coaches, especially Tuvey's a Manly boy.
Yeah.
But also, I always think sometimes with the club, things really do start at the top. 7 CEOs.
Wow.
All right. So going through in order, David Perry was their CEO from 2011. So he came in for the premiership in 2011. He was fired in 2014 after the ownership change. Joe Kelly, great bloke.
Yep.
He came in 14, went to 16. Doing all right now because he's been with the Roosters since 2017. Tim Cleary for 16-17. Lyle Gorman, 17-19. Stephen Humphries, 19-22. Tony Mestrov, 22-25. And now Jason King, 25 to present. So the question I got for you, and it was asked of Jason King this weekend on, I think Sunday Footy. Yeah, Channel 9. Do you think they've appointed Foran to keep the old boys happy?
For the time being, yes. But look, you look at the CEO now, you look at Foran, they've all played for Manly, right? It's this whole, you got to have the Manly...
Boys club.
Yeah, you got to have the boys club. And, we can talk about boys clubs. You got to look at Brisbane, right? How that's divided the club.
Yeah.
I think Foran, look, he was on the Matty Johnson's podcast. And he was asked less than 2 weeks ago, would you consider coaching? He's like, paraphrasing, he's like, I don't know, Matty,
Yeah, maybe I'd be interested in the future.
It would be bloody stressful, etc. And now he's taking on this role, which, oh God, it's a big hill to climb. There's no doubt about it, right? And whether they may go good. They might sneak into the finals and they might say, you know what, Foran? Let's go maybe year by year basis or give you a 2-year contract.
Well,
or else they're going to go outside of Manly again. Get someone who hasn't played for Manly and you're looking at your Brad Arthurs of the world.
Well, Ballin's name's been thrown up how many times? He's an assistant with the Broncos at the moment.
And may I add, when we were at the game on Thursday, at full time, asking a few questions roaming around with the mic, and all the fans were saying was just, Seibold out, bring Matt Ballin in. God forbid, some people want a Desi back, which I don't know about that. And then I heard a few Jeff Tuvies. So it's... Look, I just think... See how they go. Am I going to tip them to beat Dolphins?
No. Okay, but then this raises the question, right? Let's say they bring Ballin back in and he loses 5 straight. Does that mean his ass should be on the chopping block as well?
Well, can we talk about that? This whole... How many... They wanted to go by a 3-game basis.
Yeah.
Thing, all right. Look, obviously, the NRL schedule... You start the year with 3 home games at home, right? Their first game against Canberra.
Yep.
And they were in that.
Yeah. They were in that to the very end.
They could have won that game. It was just a mere field goal.
I also think it was laziness on the players' behalf.
Correct as well, right? Game 2, smoked by Newcastle.
Yep.
Similar score as to what the Roosters put on them, right?
Yeah.
So you're thinking, all right, 0-3. As a club, all right, you think that's it. We're going to pull the plug, right? I think they should have gave Seibs another 3 games because their next 3 games are away, right? They got 3 games away, and then their next game at home is on Sunday after Anzac Day against Parramatta, right? So that'll be a massive game.
And let's be fair.
They could have been walking into that game with a 2, maybe 3 wins. Who knows?
Let's look at the next 3 games, right? So you mentioned they got 3 more. So they got Thursday night against the Dolphins.
Right.
They then have next Friday against the Dragons. Then the Thursday after that against North Queensland.
That's 2. That could be 2 out of 3 wins.
You win 2 out of 3. Yeah, I agree with you. And then you've got Para the Sunday after Anzac Day.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think they've pulled it too early.
But then if you talk to a Manly fan, they're like, nah, get rid of him. We've had enough. And that's another point. You got to look at it from this angle where, all right, this is Siebes' 4th season.
Well, he's done 3.3 rounds.
Yeah.
3 years and 3 rounds.
When we look at it like that, so the first year, I think they played finals once. Last year they missed the finals.
Yeah, the year before they won. Round 1 against the Dogs and then got knocked out by us at Allianz.
Yeah, that was a good solid year. And that could have been, they could have had a year like that as well. But then again, you got to weigh up a lot of things. Like, were the players playing for him?
Well, so thank you for mentioning that. I'm going to read you something and I want you to tell me your thoughts on this stat line, right? 10 hit-ups, 12 runs, 91 run meters, 21 post-contact meters. Do you think that's good stats for a game?
That's from one player?
That's one player. Do you think that's good stats from one game, for example? Or that'd be pretty weak for a game, for a forward. Now, to clarify, they are a forward.
Right, okay, yeah.
Right? That's pretty weak, hey?
Yeah, look, if if the team gets through, it's like, all right, whatever. But if for loss, you'd be looking at those stats.
Yeah.
Trying to think where'd we go wrong.
Now let's divide those stats I just gave you by 3. That's the 3-game output of one of Manly's forwards. Yeah. So in 3 games, 10 hit-ups, 12 runs, 91 run meters, 21 post-contact.
Jake Trbojevic.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to give you 2 other very similar teams. One team's had a win, one team hadn't had a win going into last night.
Yep.
Now, I've done 3 games for all these players. They all play lock, so everything's the same. Now, in Jake's defence, the only thing I'll defend him, his defensive stats are pretty good.
Yeah.
104 tackles, 7 missed for the year, for 3 games.
Defensively, he'll throw everything at it. He threw himself at Lindsay, and his headgear
went flying. Mate, put it this way. The headgear made more meters than Trbojevic did on Thursday night.
And poor Jake, he's a great guy.
Great guy. Love him. But this has to be pointed out. Now, another lock in the game from a team who has won 1 game this year. 36 hit-ups, 38 runs, 346 run meters, 123 post-contact meters.
They're good stats.
101 tackles, 10 missed tackles. Divide that by 3, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Right? From a team that had no wins going into last night, technically still doesn't, but 26 hit-ups, 28 runs, 265 run meters, and 92 post-contact.
Right, okay.
So that's 3 locks in the game. Trbojevic, Horsburgh, and Hamish Stewart.
Right.
And Trbojevic is at the lesser of those 3. Now, how can you say that that's the coach's fault for... that lack of offensive output? In fact, there was only 1 forward on Thursday night who ran more meters than Luke Brooks did.
Yeah, wow.
How's that the coach's fault?
Yeah, you got to look at it as like, where's the motivation from the players? Is this...
Do they give a shit?
Well, yeah, like when you're dishing up that, you think, and look, at parts they were in it, but then again, Roosters just controlling that game. Like, yeah, they scored the first one, but you can't... Look, I think they need to be managed. I think Jake Trbojevic needs to be managed a bit better. Like, you can't...
I wouldn't be playing him at lock.
Give him, 20 minutes, man. I think he's at the back end of his career, and you can't... You've got blokes out there like Hetherington that could definitely do a lot more meters than
the
minutes.
Young kid that made his debut, Simi, I think it was.
Yeah.
Paseka. No, not Simpkins. Simi.
Yeah.
Paseka, he was brilliant for them. Like, he didn't make a lot of run meters because we shut him down. But one of the things that got said a lot was that the Roosters' attack was shit in the first half. I don't think their attack was shit. I think it was calculated. Yeah. I actually think, because the way they came out and played that second half, they've done the same things with that little bit extra spice on it.
Yeah.
So I think the Roosters tried to control that first half and just stay in it, do the little things right.
And credit to Manly's defence.
Yeah, Manly defended really well. You need better output from a forward.
You do. And look, Kieran Foran, he has the keys now, mate. So if he starts... This could be a case of he's going to say, all right, you're going on the bench here, you're going here, blah, blah, blah. We might even bring in Joey Walsh, who knows. And then they beat Dolphins. Happy days. Or worst case is Dolphins just put 50 on them.
Well, and this is the thing, right? Like, look, normally when a coach gets sacked, the team wins the next week because that's just...
It's rugby league.
It's rugby league. Rugby league. That's how it works. But if I was Seibold... I would feel like I've been shat on. Yeah. Personally, because I don't think he deserved it. I don't think he's the issue. I think the issue is... Honestly, I would go as far to say the issue is the owner more than the coach. When you go through 4 coaches, and 7... And remember, when they sacked Desi and he went up to the Titans, that was a huge blowout because there was no need for it. Like, you've sacked 4 coaches. They haven't left. You have sacked them.
Sometimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror. Even I think a journo asked
asking Jason King and that.
Not King. Sorry, the Penn.
Oh yeah.
Like, is it you guys, not necessarily the coaches that are coming in?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, are Manly destined for the spoon this year?
I don't think I'm going to give them the spoon, but
they've never won a spoon.
It's
claimed a spoon.
Never claimed it. Yeah, it's hard to. It's hard to see them playing finals footy. I just think
I think the only standout. Look, I thought the only standout for Manly was Olakawatu. He's a beast. You can't tame that bloke. I thought he was pretty solid.
He was pretty good. Look, Paseka was pretty solid, but their run meters weren't
and Kula.
huge. Tola Kula, yeah, he was good. Tom Travojevic was good. You know, he had a hand in all 3 tries.
Yeah.
Scored 2 of them. So I think the blocks are there. But question for you, that presser that Seibold done at the end, where he's like, you know, what do you want me to do? Like,
yeah, I thought.
Do you think he knew what was coming after that? Because on Friday night, during the halftime of the Broncos Dolphins game on Fox, Foz was obviously on the panel, and even he said, he goes, mate, we were in Brooky at 6 a.m. this morning. Doing our video review, getting ready for training on Sunday, because obviously they got a Thursday game, so they're going to be back at training Sunday. You know, what, do you think Seibold knew what was coming?
No, I don't think so. I think the higher up has just pulled him in and said, mate, after that loss that we needed to win.
It's a final nail.
I think that's it. And look, I think, you know, shout out to the Seibs. Obviously, we had Bella Seibold on here. Hope they're doing well.
Yeah, I hope they're doing all right, because it is.
At the end of the day, as she said on the podcast, at the end of the day, it's a tough job. And when you lose...
That's why there's only 17 of them, or soon to be 18.
Exactly, yeah. So, shout out. Hope they're doing well. And, yeah, I thought Seibs, probably would have been a bit of a shock to him. You know, he looks like, on a personal level, looks like he's lost some weight. He looks good.
Yeah.
He's been spotted in Manly on the beach, you know, just doing his
soaking in the rays.
Yeah, so I think he definitely had a plan in place, what he wanted to do. Obviously, it didn't come to fruition. And I think maybe Manly fans feared that what happened at Brisbane under him could have been what was to come. But yeah, let's move on. Sticking to coaches, who do you think the next coach is to get the flick?
Well, it's been a battle between Payton and Flanagan. I think Payton's now got those wins on the board. Two wins now.
Yeah, Titans and
So I think he's saved himself for probably another 6 weeks before his name gets brought up. So I think Flanagan is now in the hot seat.
You can't look past Flanagan, mate.
Nah, it's too hard to. I mean, he's going to come out with injuries this, injuries that, but they haven't clicked.
They just look very. They just look like a flat footy.
They're playing 60-minute footy at the moment. But again, right, Tyrell Sloan, right, one of the guys who he said, not first grade, need to drop him to reserve grade. And look at how fucking well he played last night.
No, he did play well. He's a spark they need.
Why is he not playing on the wing every week?
Do you think Gutho is going to wrap it up this year?
I think Gutho has one more year.
Yeah.
And it's curious because speaking of players who probably are almost about due to wrap it up, Damien Cook just signed a 1-year extension as well. So he's playing next year.
Cookie, you know, he was famously, renowned to be a beach sprinter.
Was he? Was he a beach sprinter, he?
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he signed with St. George, so he can be down the Wollongong beaches, like Ostomy Beach and that.
Yeah, mate, possibly. Yeah, look, I don't know, man. I think what we saw on Sunday night, that spoon ball, I mean, do they verse each other again? Possibly.
I think they may. Yeah,
who knows? Who cares? It's a poo slinger. But it's good to see a club fighting for it. You know, like the Titans, they were frothing it, mate.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
Now, let's move into it, mate. Round 5. Let's get to the crunch of things. 4 rounds are already done. Roosters have the bye this week, which is...
we're paying $1 to beat the bye as well, which is really good odds, so get on that, guys.
I think if you're a Roosters player, and Robbo, I think you'd be like, yeah, this is nice. Get the Easter weekend off. So I'm sure they'll get a nice well-earned break after that win. And what's the first game, mate? Talk to me.
Thursday night, KO Stadium, Redcliffe. The Dolphins paying $1.33 versus Manly, $3.35.
And I think as Manly, you'd want to be that first game. You want to test yourself now. Yeah. As we just deeply discussed, mate. Great chat with the Manly. It's going to be, look, the old, coach gets sacked, team wins.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I really want to tip Manly.
So do I. I'm genuinely purely off that thought of coach gets sacked, interim comes in, they win the game.
How much are Manly playing against?
335.
Oh, wow. I'm going to tip Manly 1-12.
You know what?
I'm going Manly 1-12, mate.
Sportsbet have some odds here that I'm going to pull up for you, all right? Which is based around, they've actually done a thing on Manly's next win.
Right, okay.
Let me just find it up, sorry.
I think, yeah.
So, they're $3.47 for the next win to be against the Dolphins. $2.75 for St. George the week after. And then after that, it goes up into the 5s, 10s, and 20s.
Right, all right. No, sorry, I'll take it back. I'll go Dolphins 1-12. But I think I'll be very keen to tip them against Saints. Maybe that's their first win of the year.
I think Saints will be their first win. I'm going Dolphins 13+. I think it'll be like the Roosters game. They'll be in it till halftime, and then the Dolphins will just fly through.
Fins 13+?
Fins 13+.
Yeah. I'll go 1-12. I reckon Manly, they're going to fight for it, but
yeah,
I think they'll be too strong.
Friday afternoon.
This is
Good Friday football, ladies and gentlemen. Good Friday football, for those of you who don't know. It's a great game. It's always a packed house at a core. Unfortunately, the Rabbitohs play, so we have to sit through that. But anyway, maybe we'll get another bottle thrown at a referee this year.
No, it's a great game. As a rugby league fan, you circle this one.
Yeah.
And look, if the weather permits, mate, normally it's a beautiful sunny day and it's pumping. The Easter show will be on.
Go the Easter show, go straight to the footy. We have the South Sydney Rabbitohs, the Homebush Hares, paying $2, and the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs paying $1.85. I am going to do something that I very rarely do. I'm going the Rabbitohs.
I'm going Rabbitohs as well, mate.
Shit. When do two Roosters fans agree on the Rabbitohs winning? That's a rare thing.
Yeah. Look, coming off the bye, they beat Tigers just in a close one. I think they're going to turn it up. I think it could be a bit, a day out for Trell. I think he might get a try or two.
Trellicore.
I think Jai Gray will have a good game.
Yeah.
I'm kind of keen on going South 13+.
See, I was going 1-12 just because the Dogs do have their defense there, but I think it's safe to say I think we're both going to go South on that.
And this is also a big game in terms of where will teams finish in terms of the 8 or the bottom 8? And look, if South can put up a decent win, I reckon they'll be pushing for the 8 this year. It's early days though, very early days.
Yeah, you got to see how the season goes, but it is a big game to get a win on and get yourself going. But then we have a long break because the next game is not till 8 p.m. Combank Stadium.
Friday night.
Yeah. Penrith Panthers $1.46. Melbourne Storm $2.72. So that loss to North Queensland has kind of screwed them up, really.
Yeah, it's. I can't really recall the last time Melbourne have lost three in a row. Sorry. But it will be 3 in a row this Friday night. I think Penrith, I'm just going to keep tipping Penrith until they lose. They look too strong. I think this is the best they've looked to start a year ever, which is, it burns me. I'm almost at tears, mate. It fucking burns me saying that. Look at last year. They started the year so sloppy and they were at the bottom of the 8. So, at the bottom.
They were the Spooners at one point.
Now they're just like, I think Penrith are like, they always like challenges. They like, every year they've won a comp, they've had a little tagline to it, right? I think their tagline this year is undefeated. Jeez. I think they want to go undefeated. I'm going to go Penrith 1-12.
I'm going Penrith 13+.
Yeah.
I do have a little hope in me for some Harry Grant miracle work to win it again, like last year.
Yeah, could
but
be.
I just think Penrith are too good, man. They're a class above.
I'll go to 1-12. I think Storm will definitely be keen to try and get back on the winners board.
Yeah.
And when you compare both teams, it is a flip of the coin, but
it can be. Yeah.
It's just where Penrith are. They look so clinical.
They do. Yeah.
And mind you, that's a good Friday of footy, mate.
4 p.m. The only annoying thing is that break in between, but it's fine. We'll deal with that. They need to put New South Wales Cup on in between, I reckon. Yeah. How good would that be?
Or the old days Holden Cup.
Yeah. Anyway, moving into our 2-game Super Saturday. We started off with what most would call a poo-slinger, but may not be a poo-slinger this year.
This could be another spoon bowl.
This could be another spoon. Oh, maybe not now that Cowboys got 2 wins. But the Dragons paying $1.98 versus the Cowboys $1.85 out at Jubilee Stadium, Cogra. I think the Cowboys. I just don't think the Dragons have it in them.
Yeah, the Dragons, they look deflated. As I said before, flat footy. The Cowboys coming off, like when a Cowboys beats a Melbourne, right? How can I sit here and say the Saints are now going to beat Cowboys? But I am going to say it. The Saints are going to get their first win of the year, mate. It's that's how it rolls. Sometimes you think, well, how did they beat them and they lose to them, etc., etc. Yeah, I think Saints might get up for this, and as a case for the Tigers, obviously there'll be a new halves pairing now. Flanagan will be out. I don't know who they're bringing in.
It'll probably be King Tonia.
Yeah, and look, maybe King Tonia will get a fucking try as well. So, Saints 1-12 for me. All right. I'm not. You know what? Last week with my tipping, I was too pretty with it, right? Yeah. And I'm looking at this thing going, we've all tipped the same fucking teams.
Yeah, it was weird.
I'm just going for whatever I'm sensing, and I'm sensing the Saints.
Well, I think we're all going to agree on the next game. Seabold Stadium, Gold Coast. The Gold Coast Titans paying $4.45 versus the Brisbane Broncos at $1.21.
Yeah.
Broncos 13 plus. Broncos 20 plus, actually.
Yeah, I'm going to go Broncos 13 plus as well. I think Titans will be coming off a premiership hangover. And I think, look, if it stays quiet at Red Hill for once, then Bronx will just cruise away with it and flog the shit out of him. I don't think if Titans win, then mate, that's a goddamn miracle.
If Titans win, Madge may lose his job.
The only thing I see happening is Titans maybe keeping it 1-12 for Bronx. That's it.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know if they have the ability to stay that close to them. Moving into our lovely Super Sunday. Yeah. Cronulla Sharks, $1.55 versus the Warriors, $2.46. In Cronulla, lovely afternoon in Cronulla. Yeah. Go to the beach, go to the footy, go to the footy, go to the beach, whatever way you want to do it.
Sounds like you've done that a few times. You're a local, mate.
Mate, I never go to Ocean Protect after the beach. I go to the beach and then I go home to clean the Cronulla off me. I'm going the Wars. I think there's going to be a big bounce back after last week.
Yep.
I'm thinking it's going to be like a 6 to 8 point game, but I think the Wars need to bounce back a bit. Metcalf's got a game into his boots. Hopefully they've sorted that out. I just think the Wars should do the job.
Yeah, I think I might give Metcalf another game or two. I think Cronulla at home will just be too strong. 1-12 for Cronulla for me. I think it'll take a few games for Cronulla to get all the combinations working. Hines and also Goldilocks. What's his name?
Trindle.
Not Trindle.
Kennedy. Trindle, Kennedy, Hazelton. They're all bald.
Yeah, and then and your mate Mulatalo, who's obviously on the bench. In the stands. Sorry.
Good, where he belongs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cronulla, mate. I think their big crowd will get him home as well.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this one. The 4 p.m. game on Sunday. Up at Newcastle, the Knights paying $2.27 versus the Raiders at $1.64. I am genuinely going to sit here and say I think the Knights are winning it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Newcastle as well, mate. I think
Sunday Arvo at Newcastle, man.
You got to respect what Newcastle are doing, mate. At the minute, they came down the F3 and won. Beat Dogs at a core. Got the win. Partied like it was 97.
Well, something like they haven't beaten them for like nearly 1,000 days.
Yeah, which is wild. No, I think they beat Canberra. I think I caught in the off-season. I think it's going to be a long year for Canberra. There'll be a lot of games where they lose by 2, 4, and I think this will be a case of that. Yeah. On a Sunday, Arvo, mate, pretty much you're saying a packed-out house at...
I reckon it will be. If that doesn't get sold out, I'll be surprised.
No, Nui for me.
And then this one's always a good one. Yeah. Easter Monday, CommBank Stadium, 4 p.m. The Parramatta Eels paying $1.78 versus the West Tigers paying $2.08.
We might be able to watch this one.
Oh, mate, we might be able to. Hey, we might have to do a late afternoon, late night, evening recording.
Yeah, I think so.
But I I'm going West.
The Tigers.
I actually think without Luai, $1.78 Para, $2.08 West. Without Luai, I would have normally said no, but the way they showed up last week in New Zealand has made me believe that the West will win this game.
Yeah, I like where you're at. I like your optimism. I think I'm going to go Para 1-12.
You think they're going to come back after Penrith last week? And
I think there's going to be a bit of Tigers, we're winning the comp now. And then I think it might be brought back to earth a little bit.
Yeah, okay.
I think Para, after a loss to the 4-time premiers, I think Para will get things going. It'll be a close one, though. Mitchell Moses field goal.
So anyone who has Mitchell Moses in Supercoach, get him out because he's about to get injured.
I think it'll be very close, mate. I've been to a few Easter Monday games at CommBank.
It's pretty good atmosphere, eh?
Yeah, it's a great day. I was there for the one when Jacko Hastings for the Tigers slotted the field goal against Para.
One of the very not so many useful things he's done in the NRL.
Yes, and Para just, but I think it'll make for a great game to end off round 5, mate.
Sounds like a plan. Another week to go.
Another week, mate, and Roosters, I'll just be sitting back here in the Chockies as they collect the 2 points.
Yep. Have a nice little weekend with the family, I reckon.
All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of the RMTV Podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications to hear this dribble, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great night, guys.